Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have some of the items from the new Glamlite and Scooby-Doo collection. This is round 2. Look at that holographic effect. If you remember back during Halloween, they released these palettes over here. This is the Scooby-Doo Raw Raggy eyeshadow palette, and this other one is the Creeps and Crawls eyeshadow palette. These palettes are more darker leaning in tone. So this is like the green and blue palette. And then this other one over here is the more deep blue, black, a little bit of purple leaning palette. Both very beautiful. And I do have a Glamlite playlist where you're going to find all of the Glamlite videos I've done over the last few years. And I will have that in a pinned comment. But from this collection, I picked up the eyeshadow palette. This is in stock. It retails for $36. Now, this is a 25-pan eyeshadow palette full of beautiful, colorful shadows, perfect for spring and just about year-round. I thought that this palette swatched out really well. I think Glamlite has an amazing formula, and I cannot wait to dive into this and start creating 3 looks for you guys. I also picked up the little blush duo. This also has a holographic effect to it. I think that is so cute. Glamlite always gets it right when it comes to packaging. This little palette is in stock and it retails for $14, and you are getting 2 different shades of blushes, which I think can very well be paired with one another. I do want to mention that the highlighter palette, this is from the Halloween collection. I am going to be using this as a highlighter in today's video, and the lipstick I'm wearing is from also the Scooby-Doo highlighter collection. It is this one right here, and it is in the shade Jeepers Lipstick, and it's a really pretty like pinkish nudish shade. I think it'll pair perfectly with all the looks we're going to create. If it is your first time here on my channel, I just want to say hello and welcome to all of you. So happy to have everybody here. We're all makeup lovers here, and if you want to become part of this makeup lover family, do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video, which is going to be pretty often because I believe today is going to be a double upload day. Let's get started with blush, and then we'll work into the 3 looks. If you guys want to see these new goodies from Glamlite and Scooby-Doo in action, keep on watching. And guys, the rest of the makeup that I have on, I will have it linked and listed in the description box in case you care to check any of it out. Let's start with the pink blush first. I want to eventually layer them, so I'm going to do pink on this side, on the right side, and then I'll do the orange coral shade on the left, and then I'm going to mix them both together. So I'm going to take my BK Beauty 112 brush, pick up a little bit. Glamlite is a super pigmented formula just all around, so you want to start with a little bit of product, and then you want to lightly just build into your desired pigmentation. The bronzer I have on is the ABH Cream Bronzer, and I am anxiously awaiting the drop of their Cosmos palette, which I think is going to be this week on June 1st. So I'll see. I haven't had the best of luck with ABH formulas, like their newer palettes. I think Primrose was the last palette that I bought that had a good formula. Nouveau, I didn't like it, and then I didn't even bother with Rose Metals. So I'm hoping Cosmos, I think I read that there's some new shades, new formulas in that palette, so I'm hoping that that's really good. You know, I don't know why, like the Norvina palettes have always worked for me. Those larger, like 25, 30 pan palettes, those have always worked for me. But for some reason, these newer palettes that ABH has been releasing, they've kind of missed the mark for me. I don't know. I guess, you know, I'm used to all of these smaller indie brands and their amazing eyeshadow palettes, just like Glamlite here. Same brush, but it's a different one. Now I'm going to dip into this coral shade over here, and I'll focus that on the left cheek. Oh, this is definitely brighter, definitely more pigmented. That is very pretty. And these are matte blushes. Okay, so here we have the pink shade, and here we have the coral shade. Now I'm going to mix them together. I'm going to dip into the brush I used for the pink. And I'm going to add some over here. Kind of just focus that like right in this area. Now I'm going to get the brush that I used for the coral shade and I'm going to focus it a little bit higher up and towards the bottom. Kinda, yeah, I think they're matching. Ooh, look at those beautiful cheeks. I like this palette. This palette is really cute. Okay, all right, so far I think we're off to a good start. Now I'm just gonna apply some of the highlighter. I think, wow, one is like a purple and one is like a green. I guess I'll go with this shade first. Well, that'll be the only shade I use. I hope this matches. I hope it goes. Oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah, oh my god, oh my goodness, look at that. Glamlite makes, I mean, amazing products in general, but their highlighters are always so beautiful. All right, so now that we have some glowy cheeks going on, let's start creating the first look with this new Scooby-Doo palette. Now this is going to come as a shock to you, but I am not using the Sugar Drizzle or Too Faced eyeshadow primer. I'm actually using this one from Glamlite. This is their icing eyeshadow base, and as you can see, it's more of like a white toned eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow primer I should say, and I think it's going to pair perfectly with the looks we're going to create with the Scooby-Doo palette. Where do we start? Where do we start? You know me, like I'm always down for starting with the green, but I actually think I'm not going to start with the green. I think I'm going to start with this shade. I'm going to be working with this shade, and this shade, and perhaps this shade for the lower lash line. We'll see how that pans out, but let's go in with this shade first. There was an insert, I have it right here. This was just on top, so I guess all of the shades are just numbered 1 through 5, like by each row. So technically this would be shade 2. I'm taking that on a BK Cosmetics, wow, 205 brush. This is one of those angular brushes. I don't use these type of brushes very often, but I thought since I was just going to focus this like right in this area, I thought it'd be perfect. That is some major pigmentation. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, you don't even have to really blend. It does the work for you. Now I'm going in with that purple shade. It is shade 12 on a BK 211. And I'm going to focus this out here. That looks beautiful. That is so easy. This formula is blending itself. Wow. I kind of feel like I'm liking this formula better than I did like the original Scooby-Doo collection and even the Chucky collection. I don't know what it is, but these shades just seem to be blending themselves, and that is such a good thing. Now I'm going in with shade 22, which was that matte blue, and I'm gonna pack this on the lid, and I'm using a BK 203 to do that. You could easily create all matte looks with this palette. I mean, very easily. I think I'm going to go in with shade 15, this dark purple, just to kind of deepen up that outer corner a bit. I'm taking that on a Rephr 13, just right in here into this area. Now I am dying to play with some of these beautiful shimmers. You know what I think would be a fun pop of color, especially since we're going to use this shade for the lower lash line? I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one would be shade number 14. I'm taking shade number 14 on a damp Morphe M124. I'm going to focus that in the center. I just sprayed the brush with some MAC Fix Plus. Of course, you can use some glitter primer if you prefer. That looks so, so pretty. Now in a BK A504, I'm going into shade 13, which I showed you, that magenta shade. Just gonna focus that down here. I'm gonna do something different for the inner corner. This is a winner, guys. This is a goodie. So far, it is performing very, very well. Now I'm noticing a lot of the shimmers, they're not very, there's not a lot of light shimmers. I'm gonna try this purple one, but I have a feeling it might be too dark. This one would be shade number 11. And I'm gonna take that on a damp BK 210. I pick up the product first and then I just spray it with some MAC Fix Plus. But let's try putting that right in here. Yeah, it's a little too dark. We tried. I wish there was a matte white in this palette. And I think this is the look, guys. I'm going to pop off camera, do the finishing touches. I'll probably do lashes today, and then I'll show you the completed look number 1. Okay, guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I am loving this color combination. For mascara, the one I'll be using in today's video is the Scooby-Doo Bat Mascara. This is from, of course, the Halloween collection. Not my favorite mascara, but since I am wearing lashes today, it will do. The lashes that I am wearing in today's video are the Kiss So Wispy lashes. For the top lash line, Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Liner, just kind of tight lined up there. And for the lower waterline, Neon Shockwave Lip Liner from LA Girl in the shade Blaze. I thought it tied in perfectly with that pink shadow that's on the lower lash line. This look was so easy to create. I mean, the shadows, the mattes are just blending themselves. Minimal fallout. So far, I am very impressed. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. So for look number 2, let's do something like with these green shades. I have to do a green look. I actually think I'm going to start down here with this yellow. Yeah. I'm going to start with this yellow. This one would be 1516 shade 17. And then I'm going to go into this shade, which would be shade 9, and then shade 10. And I'm using a Game Beauty E01 just to start building the shade in the crease. Now on a Rephr 14, I'm going in with shade 9. We'll start working that towards the lower part of the crease. Now with that same brush, I'm going to go in with shade 10. Focus that out here. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this green, and I think I'm going to do maybe this shade as well. So the darker green on the outer corner, and then this one towards the inner corner. So this is shade 8 on a damp Morphe M124. It's beautiful. Now I'm going in with shade 20, same brush, and we'll focus that on the inner portion. I did respray the brush. This has been a really nice formula to work with, like just all around, seriously. Like, this is good. This could be one of my favorite Glamlite palettes. It's working out to be that way. Now for the lower lash line, let's do something fun. Let's try this pop of orange. Let's see what that's gonna do. Using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush. Take that all the way through. Okay, nice. Love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to bring some of this same shade, this one over here, I believe this is shade what are we? 5, 10, 15, say 20. I'm going to bring that down towards the lower lash line, the inner corner. Same brush, and I am going to spray it. I'm really missing a matte white. Like, I really wish they would have put a matte white in this palette. I think that would have helped out a lot. But I am very pleased with both of these looks. I'm going to do the finishing touches off camera. I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. So here's the completed look number 2. I love it because it has green, but I also love it because everything was just so easy to work with. Same everything with the exception of the lower waterline. I went in with this one from Uden's Eye. It is the orange eyeliner in its shade 2, and I think that was the perfect complement. I love the way this look turned out. I love both of the looks. I'm gonna go take some quick pictures and then I'll be right back and we'll start creating the third and final look with this Scooby-Doo and Glamlite palette. Alright, so I'm going to start first with this green shade, and then I think I want to do something with the brown, maybe even something with this dark blue at the bottom. But this shade that I'm going to use first is shade 7. And I'm taking shade 7 on a Game Beauty E01. We'll focus that right in here in the inner portion. Now on a BK A502, I'm going to go in with shade 5. I'm going to apply that right out here, blend it into the crease as well. Now with that same brush, I'm going to go into that dark blue, which is shade 25. I'm going to focus that right out here. I have to bring back some of that brown. The blue is kind of taking over. Just adding back some of the brown, which is shade 5. Yeah, I think that looks pretty. Now for the shimmer, I think I'm going to do shade 1. Let me try shade 1, and then I might do maybe shade 6, which is the green shimmer, like right in the center. Using my damp Morphe M124. Love a shimmer shade like this. This is my color. It is so pretty. I think I'm going to try this shade. I haven't tried this shade. The shade is shade 4. Using a damp BH Cosmetics pencil brush. Just put that right there in the inner corner. Man, these shimmer shades are spectacular. All right, we got to do something different for the lower lash line. I'm trying to see like which mattes I haven't used. I haven't used the red over here. And then I haven't used this blue down here. I guess let's go with the blue. We'll go with the blue. That would be shade 22. Using a BK 207. I don't know how much more I can add to this look, so I'm going to do finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you this final look number 3. Okay, so here is look number 3. Very ocean vibes. Oh, I cannot wait. And I have a day trip planned this week to the beach too, so I'm super excited. I love the way this look turned out. For the lower waterline, I used a NYX Epic Wear eyeliner. This one is in the shade Blue Trip. Guys, I think you know how I feel about this palette, but let me go ahead and wrap up today's video and share with you guys my final thoughts. I wish now I would have bought the entire collection because I think the entire collection was super cute. I do hope that they restock it. The entire collection, the Scooby-Doo by Glamlite Round 2. It is sold out, but you can find a lot of the stuff still in stock as individual purchases, which is exactly what I did. So we'll start first with what I started with first, which was the Blush Duo palette. I think these are the perfect shades for spring and summer. I mean, just year round, but really spring and summertime. These shades, mix them together, guys. Mix them together. I think they look beautiful. I loved it. And then, of course, you guys saw that I brought in the highlighter palette from the Scooby-Doo Halloween collection. They all have that holographic effect on it, and I love it. Packaging is aces when it comes to Glamlite. They are one of the best when it comes to outward packaging. And I think for a lot of us, that is the selling point. How the packaging looks overall can really sell or really make or break a palette. And Glamlite, in addition to having an amazing formula, they also have just amazing packaging and artwork. Let's talk about the star of the show, which is the Scooby-Doo palette. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe each row represents each character. I think that is what I read somewhere or heard somewhere, but this is a 25 pan color story full of beautiful mattes and shimmers. Guys, this formula is really good. This feels like, I don't know, this feels like a new formula for them. This was a really good experience. This could be one of my favorite Glamlite palettes. I only wish, the only thing I feel is missing from this palette is a matte white or a really lighter, like sparkly shade for the inner corner. For me, my skin tone, some of these shades are a little too dark to be an inner corner highlight. This would probably be the closest, which is what I have going on over here on this eye, but I can always dip into other palettes. That is no problem. Guys, if you pick this one up, I mean, this is your colorful palette going into summer. I don't think you're gonna need any more color than this. It performs really, really well. And guys, mix and match. You saw me. I try colors that maybe you ordinarily wouldn't pair together. And I see what works. I see what doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't work and I wipe it off and I start over. That is the beauty of makeup. That is just all part of the fun of makeup. Just playing around, discovering unique color combinations. And Glamlite definitely allows us to do that with this Scooby-Doo round 2 palette. You do get a mirror and the beautiful holographic effect. I love it. Glamlite Scooby-Doo collection is getting 2 thumbs up from me. Guys, I am so excited about this collection. I'm so glad I was able to pick it up, and let me know if you guys picked this up as well. Maybe you guys got the entire collection. Have you received yours yet? I received mine a few days ago. I just hadn't had time to sit down and film with it, but I hope I was able to give you guys some inspiration for those of you who did end up buying this collection. Let me know in the comments, which look was your favorite? Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. And I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.